Changing oil on a this is a New Holland t5050. So there are two drain plugs on this actually, and I'll show you where these are at better here in just a second. These take, I believe it's supposed to be a 12mm Allen. I couldn't find one though. I was able to make a 7/16 work. So anyway, drain plug on this side. There's another one just opposite of it. I've already drained that one, which is why it doesn't look like there's very much oil in them, but there are two. So make sure you get them both. Let me back up out of here and I'll give you a better look at where these are at. Okay, so there's that one I just pulled out. See the hole right there? And so that's right behind the front tire, right in there. All right, and the one on the other side here is kind of directly underneath the oil filter, which is that guy right there. I already put the plug back in. You can see it right down there. Like I said, I already drained that one out. And then your oil fill is right through this hole right here. This will be your fill spot. Now, on a different oil change than in a truck, I said that I always like to fill the filters up full of oil before you put them on, so that it doesn't ever suck a bubble into the system. In this case, the filter's on upside down, so we won't be able to do that here. We'll pull that off here in just a second though, and we'll get her filled back up and be good to go. One more thing to take note of on these plugs is that these are actually O-ring sealed. So if you pulled this off and that O-ring was broke or cracked or something like that, you definitely want to replace it, and really it should probably get replaced every time you change the oil. I don't have any on hand for it this time though, so hopefully we'll get a good seal when we put this back together. All right, this filter wasn't on here too tight. One thing I did do my best to kind of wipe off as much of the dirt, especially with this upside down kind of a design. You don't want to drop any crap down in there. I do have a bucket down there to catch all this. Try to anyway. People commented that in my videos before. I always try to catch my oil. Sometimes I'm more successful than others. Looks like we got most of it in the bucket that time. So there we go though. There's the filter. I'm going to clean that off. You can see back behind there all that dirt that I couldn't get to. You got to be real careful of that when you're putting the new filter on, and if you try to clean around that, not to knock any of that off in there. So be aware of that. If you can, it'd be better just to pressure wash the whole tractor down before you change the oil. But it wasn't an option this time. I guess it was actually. I should have done that. But anyway, do my best to get that kind of cleaned up, and we'll get this new filter on. Alrighty, I got that pretty well cleaned off. The new filter, some oil on there, and that's new clean oil, not old oil. Also notice this filter is quite a bit smaller than the one I just took off, but it came from New Holland, so it should be, you know, it's a filter they sold them for this tractor, but these smaller filters just have less capacity. You know, it'll still work, but smaller size means literally less capacity, so you might have to change it at like twice the interval that you would change your oil, you know. So change the filter in between oil changes is what I'm trying to say. That's all you need, just hand tight. Just like in the other ones, don't put a wrench on that. It'll be impossible to get off. So, all right, last thing on the oil change is put oil back in it. So it takes 2.5 gallons of 15W40. And real quick, there's that filter part number. Let me show you the one part number on the filter we just took off. So either one of these filters should work, but if it were me, I would go with this guy, bigger one. I mean, you can see how much taller that is. It's just way more capacity in there. They're both Case New Holland filters. So, alrighty. Cool. So we got oil over here. This oil we're putting in it. You don't necessarily have to use that New Holland oil, but I guess if you can, why not? But 1540, that's the important part. Let's get that dumped in there, and then we'll move on. Next thing to look at here is the air filter. It's right in here. These 4 clips, one in all 4 corners. Okay, we'll clean all the mud daubers out of there here in a second. All right, so if your filter is completely full, you'll start seeing dirt coming through the back side of it there. That looks nice and clean. Go ahead and blow this out from the back side to the front side real quick, and get all that grass and dust and crap out of there. So, all right, I'm gonna go do that, and then we'll, oh look, there's a secondary filter. I didn't know that was gonna be in there. So that's cool, that looks fine as well. So, okay. Oh. Dual air filters. So we'll get this cleaned out and blow that filter out real quick. And then the next thing that we're gonna do is pressure wash the coolers here. This is a pretty cool setup. It's got these 2 screws, and I've pulled out of the barn before I do it, of course. But these come out. They're not retained, so don't lose them. They come out of there. There's a strap right here that'll let go of these hoses. And then this whole thing actually slides out, so you can take it completely out and clean it real good. As you can see, it needs it. So that's the next thing we'll do. And then this screen comes out as well. It's supposed to come out. We'll figure it out here in a minute. But so air filter first, and we'll get this cleaned out. Boy, it is dirty. So it's a pretty cool design. I really like that. It makes it easy to clean. So pretty cool. Just don't lose these little screw things. So, alrighty, we'll get that cleaned, air filter done, and check the hydraulic level and the coolant level. Make sure it's all ready to go, and she ought to be ready for hay season. All right, so there's the screens that go in front. Let's see where this one hangs down. Helps move your tire, turn it all the way to the driver's side. And then this one comes out as well. So just about got her done here. Everything's looking better. Good piece of grass in there. I'm gonna pick out of there, but overall looks pretty good. And then just check and top off some fluids, and yeah, that'll be it, I think. So cool. Then on to the baler.